Good morning students, I am Shamujit sir. Today I am here to deliver my lecture on topic flower. This is from the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. So watch the entire lecture to get basics out of it. So without any delay, let's start with the topic flower from the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. So let's start. So let's start with the topic flower. Now flower is what? It's a modified shoot. So wherein the pseudapical meristem changes into a floral meristem. So flower is a modified shoot wherein the shoot apical meristem get modified into or changes into floral meristem. So internodes do not elongate and the axis get condensed. In a flower, the internode do not elongate and the axis get condensed. The apex produces various floral appendages laterally at successive nodes instead of leaves. So when a shoot tip transforms into a flower, it is solitary. Now moving to different types of inflorescence that we have. So there are two types of inflorescence. One is racemose, another is cymose. So what is racemose? Alright, so arrangement of cluster of flowers on the floral axis is called inflorescence. So what is inflorescence? Arrangement of cluster of flowers on the floral axis is called inflorescence. First we'll see the definition of inflorescence, then we'll go to racemose and cymose. And based on whether the apexes get converted into flower or continue to grow, inflorescence are of two types. One is racemose and cymose. So you can see the picture of racemose and cymose. So what is inflorescence? Arrangement of clusters of flower on flower axis is called inflorescence. So group of flower is an inflorescence. So there are two types of inflorescence. One is racemose, another is cymose. We'll see the definition of racemose and cymose one by one. Now racemose, what is a racemose? So in this type of inflorescence, the main axis continues to grow and flowers are borne laterally in acropetal fashions. All right, so in this type of inflorescence, the main axis continues to grow and flowers are borne laterally in acropetal fashion. You can see below given the racemose inflorescence and its pattern. Next is cymose. So in this, the main axis terminates in a flower, hence it is in limited growth. The flowers are borne in basipetal order. So you can see the basipetal arrangement and you can see the cymose inflorescence on the right hand side of the picture. Now flower, the reproductive unit of angiosperm. Flower is what? The reproductive unit of angiosperm, and it is meant for sexual reproduction. So flower has a stalk, that is a pedicel, and a swollen end is called thalamus or receptacle. So reduced leaf found at the base of the pedicel is called bract, and flowers with bract is called bracteate, and those without bract are called ebracteate. So you can see the bracts. So those who have bract are called bracteate, and those who don't have bract are called ebracteate. Now flowers, you can see a typical flower have four kinds of holes, arrangement of thalamus. One is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So calyx and corolla are accessory organs and reproductive organs are androecium and gynoecium. So accessory is also called non-essential part, and reproductive is also called essential part of a flower. So you can see the diagrams, androecium, gynoecium, calyx, corolla all given. So in some flowers like lily, so you can see in lily the calyx and corolla are not distinct, it is called perianth. And when the flower has both androecium and gynoecium, it's called bisexual. And flower having either only gynoecium or androecium, it's called unisexual flower. So flowers having either androecium or gynoecium is called unisexual flower, and flowers having both androecium and gynoecium is called bisexual flower. Now moving to the types of flower. Based on the symmetry, flowers are three types. One is actinomorphic, zygomorphic and asymmetric. Actinomorphic shows a radial symmetry, zygomorphic shows bilateral symmetry, and asymmetric shows do not show any type of symmetry. Now what is actinomorphic? So here a flower can be divided into two equal radial halves in any radial plane passing through the center. Example is mustard, datura and chili. You can see the flower, this can be divided equally in all planes. That's why they are called actinomorphic flower, and examples are mustard, datura and chili. Now moving to a zygomorphic flower, it's also called bilateral. Zygomorphic flowers are bilateral symmetric because here the flowers can be divided into two similar halves in only particular plane. Example P, Gulmohar, Bain, Cassia. You can see these flowers can be divided equally in two halves in just one plane. You can see the picture of P, Gulmohar and Cassia given below. Now asymmetric flower. What is asymmetric flower? Asymmetric flowers are irregular flowers. Here a flower cannot be divided into equal halves by any vertical plane passing through the center. Example is Kanna, that is Kanna indica, Kanna and Kanna. You can see these flowers cannot be divided equally in any plane. Now moving to types of flower based on the number of floral appendages, that is flowers are many types. All right, so flowers are of many types based on the number of floral appendages. So one is trimerous, tetramerous and pentamerous. What is trimerous? Floral appendages are multiple of 3. When the floral appendages are multiple of 3, it is called trimerous. When they are multiple of 4, tetramerous. When they are multiple of 5, they are called pentamerous. So trimerous flowers are mostly found in monocot plant, and tetramerous and pentamerous flowers are mostly found in dicot plant. Trimerous will only be found in monocot plant. Tetramerous and pentamerous orientation will only be found in dicot plant. All right. Now types of flower based on the position of calyx, corolla, androecium in respect to the ovary or thalamus. The flowers are of 3 types. One is hypogynous, epigynous and perigynous. Alright, so what is hypogynous? You can see the figures are given. What is perigynous? You can see the figure. Epigynous, you can see the figure given below. Now hypogynous. Hypogynous means ovary superior. So here the gynoecium occupies the highest position. Alright, where other parts are situated below. So the ovary is superior. Example you can see in mustard, China rose and brinjal. You can see the ovary is located in a superior position, and all other floral holes or floral parts arise below the ovary. So this is hypogynous. Next, moving to perigynous. Here the gynoecium is situated in the center and the other parts of a flower are located on the rim of the thalamus, almost at the same level. Here you can see the ovary is half inferior. Example bulb, rose and pea. You can see. Alright, see the diagrams given below. Now is epigynous. What is epigynous? Here the margins of the thalamus grow upward, enclosing the ovary completely and getting fused with it. The other parts of the flower arise above the ovary. Here the ovary is inferior. You can see in guava, cucumber, ray florets of sunflower. Here the ovary is below and all other floral holes are present above the flower. Now the different parts of flower, one is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. You can see the separated diagram given: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Now what is calyx? Moving to all parts one by one. What is calyx? It is the outermost hole of a flower. It is made up of sepals. Generally sepals are green in color. They are leaf-like and protect the flower in a flower's bud stage. So calyx may be gamosepalous, can be polysepalous. Gamo means fused sepals, that means united. So sepals are united, and polysepals means sepals are free. So you can see the picture of gamosepalous and polysepalous condition. Polysepalous where the sepals are free, and gamosepals where the sepals are fused. Now moving to corolla. What is corolla? It's a inner hole. It's a hole inner to calyx and it's composed of petals. Petals are brightly colored. It helps to attract insects for pollination. So corolla may be gamosepalous. Corolla may be gamopetalous, that is petals united, or polypetalous, that is petals free. So gamopetalous means petals are united, and polypetalous means petals are free, and the shape and color of corolla vary in plants. Corolla may be tubular shaped, bell shaped, funnel shaped, and wheel shaped. Thank you students, this was all about the entire video lecture. We have discussed about the topic flower from the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. So stay at home, stay safe. I am Shomaji sir signing off for today, and again we'll meet in the next class. Thank you students.